This mutation is called the Perfect Storm, and it is being played on Chain of Ascension. We have 3 mutators active. We have Blizzard, we have Twister, and we have Shortsighted. So, let us have a look at the masteries while the players get set up. Artanis is a level 332 commander, 30 points into the shield overcharge mastery, 30 points into the warp speed increase, and 30 points into the chrono boost mastery here. Nova has gone for 10 points and 20 into the hollow decoy airstrike cost reduction, 30 points into the primary ability, and 30 points into the Nova Energy Regeneration Mastery. Usually you would normally want to go for full 30 points here, getting the maximum value out of your airstrikes. Artanis, the shield overcharges are solid. The warp speed increase again really depends on what Nova is going to be what Artanis is intending on building. And then normally you may also theoretically maybe want to go for the Spirit of Dune energy, but Chrono Boost might work as well. Nova is picking the Infiltration Specialist Prestige. This one is P3 Nova, and this will allow Nova to have her Super Cloak, which is a really powerful ability, which will allow her to enter into enemy bases without getting detected, as well as dropping very large nukes all over the place. So let us talk about the mutators that are active. Not a particularly difficult set this week. Blizzard is a little bit annoying, it is a little bit spammy. You can see these Blizzard storm clouds all over the place. The good thing is that due to the implementation of mutator safety zones, the Blizzard storm clouds that go over your expansion will disable themselves, so they will not deal damage to your workers. Back in the day, back in the good old days of Co-op, the mutator safety zones did not exist, and it made particular mutations very difficult because you couldn't take your expansion. So this is not the case for this mutator. We have Twister. You can see these little Twister clouds over there. They will try and hit some of your units. They do deal a good amount of damage, but again, like I said, a little bit more annoying than it is difficult. And it's likewise with Short-Sighted. Your vision range is reduced, but nothing that these commanders cannot handle. We have 4 Marines out already, and they are going to get ready for dealing with this little attack wave that's on the way, and they're actually going to be taking advantage of the extended vision they have of this area here. We can see that we are dealing with a set of adepts that have spawned, and we have Artanis' Dragoons also ready. Artanis is going to be using his orbital strikes to take out the... What I'm probably actually going to end up doing is I'm actually trying to decide which commander would use their Gall downs a little bit less, because it will make the minimap disappear every single time, so it's going to be a little bit unfortunate, but that is the way the co-op observer interface works over here. It's actually the way the Blizzard replay files work. Now, we have this one Dragoon here that is slowly attacking away at these adepts, and these Dragoons are actually standing in the Stormland, so they'll have to move out of the way, otherwise they will be taking a little bit of damage. And now we have the fuming Nova, as you can see, has a lot of smoke coming out of her, and that is the Super Cloak in action. So what Nova is, as long as Nova doesn't attack enemy units with her auto attack, she is basically invincible, and she cannot be targeted by the enemy units, and she cannot be detected by anything. You can see the ranges here of these sabotage drones. These sabotage drones just enough to cover up the entire expansion over there. And over here, now Nova is not actually going to be helping her ally with her hero unit, but she will be helping her ally out with her runes on the back line there. And we have Isdella to get suicided right into the enemy base, and that is the dropping of a solar bombardment out there. Now, unfortunately, I would probably have saved the solar bombardment for the later stage of the game, when the hybrid super pusher spawn comes up, because that is where things can get a little bit hairy. You can see here, this is the effect of Short-Sighted. You go for your Dragoon range upgrade, and both the Dragoon upgrades are done, the shield regeneration as well as the Dragoon range, but you can see that the Short-Sighted Mutator is being very detrimental for Artanis, because he actually does not have the kind of range that he would need to be able to clear through. You can see over here Nova just chilling, just slowly dropping down sabotage drones. I have still yet to play with this Prestige, as some of you might know, I am leveling on all 3 servers, Asia, EU, and NA, and I'm still working my way through Prestiges. I think out of the 100 and... I think I need like something like 160 total Prestiges. I think I'm over halfway through. I think I'm about 90 to 100 Prestiges on the way through. You can type starcraft2co.com/profile/AOMmaster, and that should give you my profile information there. But yeah, I'm actually still working my way through getting all my procedures done. I've mostly done NA, but now we have an attack wave over here, and this attack wave is the second attack wave on Chain of Ascension. Chain of Ascension attack waves, if you were not aware, is really, really nasty. Lots of disruptors, lots of reavers. This is like a 5-5 strength attack wave, and this attack wave just completely wrecks Artanis' army. We have an airstrike coming up right now for Nova, and that was a really nice airstrike for Nova that has actually ended up saving the rest of these Dragoons from inevitable death. So reasonably solid airstrike there. I would have liked to see the airstrike just a little bit earlier for Nova, and that would have saved Artanis a lot of casualties. He did lose a lot of early game pushing power with his Zealots and his Dragoons. And remember, this mission, it's only a matter of time before the next time the hybrid super pusher spawns. It's gonna force these commanders to start pushing in, and there's still 40 seconds left on Nova's nuke. So Nova is gonna be dropping another sabotage drone. Interestingly enough, the sabotage drone also gets slowed down by the Blizzard Mutator here, and there we go, 9 minutes. Hybrid Super Pusher has spawned. I think Nova's Sabotage Drone is just not in the optimal position, and 15 seconds left until Nova's nuke, and Janara getting a little bit too close over here. These hybrids are trying to spaz out, but there's nothing they can do to stop Nova from dropping that nuke, or dropping the Sabotage Drone down. And now we have some Artanis orbital strikes as well. Now Nova is going to be dropping a nuke as well into the spot here, and an airstrike. I think that is a little bit of overkill on that. And I think I would just normally just snipe out with Nova, because the snipes, are still really, really good, and just let Nova just deal with the hybrid by herself. But Artanis now is going to be warping in some Dragoons as well to finish off this last hybrid. Janara getting a little bit too dangerously close to the edge of the pit, and she is getting pushed back still. So these commanders will have to try and push Janara back away from the pit before she gets booped in by Amon's champion. And that is what they are doing. So Janara is now pretty much safe. This is the hardest part of the mission. It's just dealing with that really massive attack wave and that really nasty hybrid super pusher spawn. But I think at this point the mission is pretty much going to be smooth sailing. But yeah, my only recommendation for this run would be to have potentially saved the solar bombardment and just pushed Janara earlier to trigger the spawn manually, and that combined with a little bit of an earlier airstrike from Nova, that could have saved Artanis his army, and I think that would have been a little, the run would have been a little bit smoother. You can see now Nova is already starting to cause a little bit of havoc here. These blizzard storm clouds affecting the sabotage drone is reducing her ability to actually push it really deep into enemy bases here. And I do not know if... Oh yeah, Artanis also warped in a zealot, a suicide zealot here, just to try and deal some more damage to these enemy bases. And he has actually cleared this out with a solar bombardment, which is really nice. You can see here, this is the issue with the sabotage drone. It's just getting stuck by the blizzard storm cloud. And you can see a lot of the area of effect not really taking impact there. But we have another 60 seconds left until Nova's nuke gets activated, and you can see how these blizzard storm clouds change color. When they are white, they are no longer causing any damage, and they do not exert their slow effect as well. Unfortunately, Artanis' army does get stuck inside that storm cloud. Nova just trying to slowly maneuver her way around and get some vision over there, and we have another 25 seconds until the nuke comes up. And I think Nova may probably want to witch. She's going to be using her sabotage drone over here. All these units, they do have some kind of vision of Nova, but Nova is just untargetable, so they can't actually attack. As you can see, we have a very nice sabotage drone over there. Does deal a little bit of damage, and now Nova is going to be using another nuke here to clean up the hybrid. And whatever is left now is just going to be... I would just normally just use Nova here. Just go into snipe mode, and yeah, there we go. So that is what I was waiting to see. Nova goes into snipe mode, clears this out, and now Artanis is going to be pushing back as well and getting back into position. Unfortunately, these commanders are actually stuck in the Blizzard Stormcloud Mutator over here. You can see that Nova is invulnerable here, but she is still getting slowed down by the... Actually, is she invulnerable with the Super Cloak? I don't think she is. I'm actually not 100% certain, but one that we'll potentially find out. Yeah, so she's not invulnerable, but she can still get hit, but yeah. Let's see what Artanis is doing over here. He's actually, unfortunately, kind of stuck in between these little storm clouds here. He needs to move out of the way, otherwise he's going to be taking a lot of unnecessary damage. We have defensive drones as well over here, just trying to help Artanis out, making sure he doesn't lose too much over here. Artanis has lost 9 zealots, 8 dragoons. Nova is mostly clearing out the enemy bases over here, so we'll see what her plan is. I think she'll probably want to try and use another airstrike here, just to take out the entire row of units as well. I think. I do not know. Or she might actually just be using her sabotage drones here. Okay, there we go, yeah. So there's another airstrike here. That should clear out a good chunk of the Phoenixes. There's still a lot more units over here, and our ally is actually not pushing in right now. So Nova will have to clear this out all by herself. Snipes on the edges also might be a little bit useful, but again, these storm clouds are really slowing down these things are really slowing down the effectiveness of her sabotage drones. So there's another airstrike over here, slowly dismantling this base, and now we have an attack wave on the way. Artanis does have a huge army over here. I'm not really sure why he is backing up. He wants to deal with the attack wave. Okay, there's an attack wave that these guys want to deal with first, but I think we should probably deal with the small harass wave that has spawned on the northern side here. I think Nova might have enough minerals to drop an airstrike over here. Artanis does use a guardian or a shield overcharge here to keep these units alive, and I think that would be the end of the attack wave. Okay, so no airstrike necessary over there, and now Janara in the middle of the map. Not really doing anything, mostly just duking it out with Amon's champion, and Nova here as well. And what is the next plan? I think they just want to keep pushing now here. One of the difficult parts of this mission is just getting stuck with these storm clouds. Like, take a look at these two storm clouds. This thing is just so difficult to deal with, like when it comes to maneuvering your army just around. And this is why I just do not enjoy the Blizzard Mutator. I think it's a little bit too spammy. I think maybe a 50% less density might be okay. Like when you have really, like, look at that, like that is so difficult to maneuver around, because your units do take damage as well. And for a commander like Artanis, who has the Protoss units that do not have a way of healing effectively, it does make it a little bit difficult for them to do a reasonably good job. But remember that Nova's Ravens can actually heal these units, so it's not really too bad. So Artanis is getting a little bit of extra benefit from that, but now we have some orbital strikes here just to deal with the harass wave, and these commanders will probably want to try and push in as well. Nova has left the army, and she is going to be infiltrating this next enemy base, using again some more sabotage drones down, while these players keep pushing on this side as well. I think Nova has the whole army just on follow on Artanis' army over there. So Artanis will have to lead the charge while Nova just cleans up these enemy units here. Now you can see there is another warp, and this is a warp of an attack wave, but Nova unfortunately tries a little bit too late on the sabotage drone. I think she wanted to hit that attack wave and just ended up misplacing the sabotage drone, because it does siege up as soon as it reaches its target location. So Nova had not anticipated the attack wave to actually move out so quickly, and now the hybrid super pusher spawn has spawned over there. Nova getting thrown back by the Twister Mutator. I would have personally just dropped a nuke over here right on top of the attack wave, and we have an airstrike as well on the way here, so that is okay. But unfortunately, the nuke does end up missing those hybrids over here on the northern side. Artanis trying to hold off this attack wave, but this attack wave has Reavers and Disruptors and lots of Adepts and Sentries to tank for these units. So Artanis' army is just going to get completely shredded by this attack wave over here. And now there are a few problems. We have a solar bombardment that gets used. Solar bombardment will end up clearing out these units, and now the rest of these dragoons can clean up the rest of the attack wave over there. And then Nova is going to finish off this last hybrid that has spawned. So what do we have next? Yeah, Janara just needs to be pushed forward, and Artanis. I like how when you don't look at this area, it's just completely empty. There are no blizzard storm clouds here. It's like the area that you are not there in, there will be like, look, there's like nothing. There's no blizzard storm clouds anywhere. We have a few twisters here, causing a few problems for these enemy for these commanders units. 3 twisters over here, and there's another blizzard as well here as well. So this defensive drone is going to be healing up, or at least this biomechanical repair drone will be healing up the rest of Artanis' army. These Ravens actually doing a lot of healing for Nova, which is actually really nice. Nova now making her way out of these storm clouds, and going to be making her way towards the next enemy base and making sure that her ally doesn't end up taking unnecessary damage. So upgrade wise, I think everything is okay. We have gravitic boosters upgrade, I have just noticed, which is kind of an interesting choice here. I don't think it's necessary for Artanis. Artanis has gone for the barrier improvement on his immortals, but I cannot see a single immortal with Artanis. So he might have chosen to do this and then maybe decide against going for immortals here. I'm not really sure what the rationale behind that is. We have some Banshees out for Nova, we have Banshee upgrades. Well, really good, decent selection here of upgrades for Nova. Now Artanis is slowly gonna start just harassing some of Amon's units here. He has to be a little bit careful with these disruptor shots shot right in the middle of Artanis' army with the disruptors. Over here, Nova just sending sabotage drone after sabotage drone, but these things are getting slowed down by the Blizzard Mutator and are reducing the effectiveness of this. And now we have the final hybrid super pusher spawn here, and Nova does have a nuke available, so she might be able to use this nuke to clear out this next wave. So I would just drop a nuke right on this instead of using the sabotage drone here, but Nova's gonna be using that. And does she maybe she wants, what she wants to do is just use the Artanis is actually just going to be pushing up on the northern area here. Airstrike, that will deal with that. The nuke will end up will end up clearing out the hybrid destroyers. All that are left now are the hybrid behemoths on this map, and these are not going to last too long. One more random sabotage. I'm not sure what was going on with that sabotage drone, but that hybrid also ends up getting cleared out. Nova now is... Okay, she did draw aggro because she attacked one of the units there, but her super cloak is OP now. These units have no form of detection, but these things are going to be making their way towards Janara and might be somewhat problematic. But Artanis' army is back into position, and Nova is over here as well. Using another sabotage drone. I don't know if the sabotage drone will be able to hit up these, will be able to hit these reavers, but these reavers getting a lot of good shots on Artanis' dragoons. Airstrike comes in, nice airstrike from Nova to save those dragoons. And I think there's one last reaver over there, and this reaver might actually end up getting a few more shots off. Very unfortunate for Artanis, but I think this is it. A few more shots again. That reaver has just got... I don't know how many kills that reaver got. 45 dragoons have gone down, but Nova, very minimal losses from her army. All her banshees that she made from the start of the game have been alive. None of them have died. The 3 marines, but those marines are okay. They are... It's okay to be inhumane towards your marines. You know, see what Raynor does, see what Manx does, it's all fine. But that is the end. No, Janara is gonna push, she's gonna push or boop Amon's champion into the pit, and that is GG.